Very good morning to all of you. This is your mathematics class. So let us start. Now suppose if you are given a number just like 2, 3, 7, 2. If you are given this number and someone asks to you that whether this number is divisible by 2 or not, and you have to reply quickly, you have to answer quickly, then there is one thing that if you want to answer quickly, then obviously you do not have so much time that you can do the actual division. Obviously you do not have so much time that you can the actual division, but you have to answer quickly that whether this number is divisible by 2 or not. So how will you answer? See, for these we have some tricks, and today we will about these types of tricks. Okay, now this is called tasks of divisibility. That means we have some numbers and we can check whether this number is divisible by any another number or not, by any given particular number or not. So these are tasks of divisibility. Let us start from 2. The first number is 2. Let us start for divisibility by 2. Okay, how do we can find that whether any number is divisible by 2 or not? See, for that we have a trick. A number is divisible by 2 if it has 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 in its unit place. Means if any number carries out of these any digit out of these, then at the unit place, then it must be divisible by 2. Now suppose if you have 2, 3, 7, 2, then whether this number is number is divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it is divisible by 2 because it carries 2 at the unit place. Then you can say that it must be divisible by 2. Now you can do the actual division also and check whether this number is actually divisible by 2 or not. Now 2 ones are 2, 3, 2 ones are 2. After that 1 is remainder 17, 2 eights are 16, 2 copied, 2 6 are 12 and remainder 0. Here remainder is 0. That means this number is completely divisible by 2. Okay. Now how can that means how this works rule? See, we know that 2 into 1, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8, 2 fives are 10 and 2 6 are 12 and 2 6 are 12, just like 2 sevens are 14, 2 eights are 16, 2 nines are 18. Okay, now there is one thing which you have to notice, that unit place is 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0 everywhere. Here 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Now again it starts from 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. That means these are the digits 2, 4, 6, 8, 0 or 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are the digits. If these digits are at the unit place of any number, then this number must be divisible by 2. So this was the divisibility by 2. Hope you understand this. Now the next is 5. Divisibility by 5. What do you mean divisibility by 5? That you have to check whether any particular number is divisible by 5 or not. For that, divisible by 5. For that, a number is divisible by 5 if the number has either 0, or 5 in its unit place. In its unit place. That means if any number carries 0, if any number carries 0 or 5 at the unit place, then it must be divisible by 5. See how it works. We know that 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 5 six are 30, 5 6 are 30, 5 sevens are 35. There is one thing which you have to notice, that everywhere unit place is 0 or 5. Here 0, here 5 0 5 0 5 0 5. Okay, that means any number, if any number carries 0 or 5 at the unit place, then it must be divisible by 5. Just like suppose we have a number, 2830. Okay, 2830, and we have to check whether this number is divisible by 5 or not. First of all, we have to focus on the unit place, and here we can see that unit place is 0, and we know that if any number carries 0 or 5 at the unit place, then it must be divisible by 5. So we can say, we can answer quickly that this number 2830 is a number is divisible by 5. You can do the actual division also and verify that it whether it is divisible by 5 or not. We know that 5 fives are 25, now 3 is the remainder, now 30, 5 6 are 30, now 3 is the remainder, now 5 6 are 30, 0 is the remainder. 0 is the remainder, that means this is number, this 2830 is a number which is divisible by 5. Hope you understand this also. You have to write down these rules in your fair notebook, just like this rule, that any number is divisible by 2 if it has 0 2 4 6 and 8 in its unit place. You have to write down this rule in your fair notebook. And also divisibility by 5 also, either 0 or 5 in its unit place, then the number is divisible by 5. You have to write down this rule also. Now the next is divisibility by 10. Now the next is divisibility by 10. How do we can check whether the number is divisible by 10 or not? See, if number has 0 in the ones place, 0 in the ones place, then the number must be divisible by 10. See, because we know that 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20, 10 threes are 30, 10 fours are 40, 10 fives are 50. Everywhere it contains 0 at the unit place. Okay, everywhere it contains 0 at the unit place. That means we can say that if any number carries 0 at the unit place, then it must be divisible by 10. Okay, so you have to write down this rule also, that a number is divisible by 10 if the number has 0 in the ones place. Okay, hope you understand this also. Now see the example for that also. Suppose we have a number 2500, and we have to check whether this number is divisible by 10 or not. It contains 0 at the unit place, that means it must be divisible by 10. You can do the actual division also, and definitely you will get the remainder as 0. You have to check it by yourself. Okay, now the next one is divisibility by 4. Just a second. Now the next one is divisibility by 4. you have to check whether any particular number is divisible by 4 or not. Then what rule you will apply? See, a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by its last two digits. See, focus on this line. If its last two digits is divisible by 4. See, so far we have studied about the unit digit. Only the unit digit is divisible by that particular number or not. Okay, but this time if you want to check the divisibility by 4, then it must be the number formed by its last two digit divisible by is divisible by 4. See, suppose you have a number 492 and you have to check whether this number is divisible by 4 or not. So you have to check last two digits. You can see last two digits are 9 and 2 in this number. Then you have to check whether this 92 is divisible by 4 or not. Then see, 4 2s are 8, remainder is 1, 4 3s are 12, remainder is 0. Then you can say remainder is 0, so you can say that this 92 is divisible by 4. If this 92 is divisible by 4, then this means this whole number, that means this number, this complete number is divisible by 4. Now suppose if you have a number 3 4 1 2 0 8, then again, and you have to check whether this number is divisible by 4 or not. Then again you have to put up last two digits. Here last two digits are 0 and 8. You know that 0 8 is divisible by 4 because 0 will 0 and 4 2s are 8. That means again remainder will be 0 after dividing this number by 4. That means this 0 8 is divisible by 4 completely. If this and these are the last two digit of this number, if these last two digit of this number is divisible by 4, that means this number, this complete number is divisible by 4. You can check by do the actual division. Okay, I'm damn sure that you will get the remainder 0. So divisibility by 4 is if last two digits of a number is divisible by 4. If last two digit of a number is divisible by 4, then that number must be divisible by 4. Okay, now let us move towards the next, which is divisible by 3. So a number is divisible by 3, so a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is multiple of 3. That means any number, if the digits of any suppose you are given any number, okay, and the sum of the digits of that number is divisible by 3, then you can say that that number must be divisible by 3. Suppose you have 938 and you have to check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. Then how do you check? See, you can add these digits, 9 plus 3 plus 8. Now what is 9 plus 3? 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. So can you say that this number is divisible by 3 or not? No, because 20 can never be divided by 3. Okay, now suppose you have a number 4 1 3 9 6. Now you can see that Now you can see that you can add the digits 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 6. Now check 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 6 14, 14 plus 9 14 plus 9 23. Is 23 is divisible by 3? No, that means 41396 will not be divisible by 3. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then you can say that that number will be divisible by 3. Okay, now check for any particular number. Suppose you have 3 5 7 6. So check 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 6. 3 plus 5 8, 8 plus 7 15, 15 plus 6 21. Okay, now this 21 be divided by 3? Yes, because we know that 3 sevens are 21 and remainder will be 0. That means this 21 will be divisible by 3. If this 21, that means the sum of the digits is 21 and this 21 is divisible by 3. So you can say that this complete number is also divisible by 3. So that was the divisibility by 3. Now the next one is divisibility by 9. Divisibility by 9 is similar to the divisibility by 3. Again you can say that divisibility by 9. Again you can say that if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then you can say that that number will be divisible by 9. Now see the example for that also. Suppose you have a number 1881 and you have to add these digits, that means 1 plus 8 plus 8 plus 1. Then what will be the sum of that? 1 plus 8 9, 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 1 18, 10 plus 8 18. So the sum of the digits of that number is 18 and we know that 18 is divisible by 9 because 9 twos are 18. That means remainder will be 0. If the remainder will be 0, then it means this 18 is divisible by 9, and if this 18 is divisible by 9, then 1881 also be divisible by 9. Okay, so divisibility by 9 and 3 is similar, and you have to write down, yes, again you have to write down all these rules in your pair notebook. Firstly, I told you about the divisibility by 2. So what is divisibility by 2? A number is divisible by 2 if it has 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in its unit place. Okay, now the next is divisibility by 5. So divisibility by 5 is a number is divisible by 5 if the number has either 0 or 5 in its unit place. Now the next is divisibility by 10. A number is divisible by 10 if the number has 0 in the ones place, then it must be divisible by 10. Now the next is divisibility by 4. Here there is some difference. Okay, it is quite different because so far we have studied about the unit place, but this time we are talking about the last two digits of that number. So the divisibility by 4 is if the number formed by its last two digits is divisible by 4, then the number must be divisible by 4. Now the next is divisibility by 3. So a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is multiple of 3. That means if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So that number must be divisible by 3 also. Now the next is divisibility by 9. Again, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then then that particular number must be divisible by 9. These are some rules which you have to keep in your mind while solving the question, and by using all these tricks which I have told you, you can by using all these tricks you can answer quickly in the terms of division. Okay, in the terms of divisibility. So you have to keep all these things in your mind, and in the next class we will do exercise 16.2, which is the last exercise of your book, and after that you have to submit your homework also. So you do your daily work, and there is one more thing, that you have to write down all these rules also. Okay, now enough for today.